So hello student. So in the last class we have discussed about input impedance, and we have also calculated for input impedance for lambda by 2, that is half wavelength transmission line and quarter wavelength transmission line. Thereafter we have discussed about the reflection coefficient. The reflection coefficient is very important, which is going to measure the amount of wave reflected back towards the source is going to measure by your reflection coefficient. The condition for complete mismatch when the reflection coefficient gamma is equal to 1, and condition for completely matched is when gamma is equal to 0, and that is your gamma magnitude must be. So this is your condition for completely matched, that is no reflection, that's why gamma is equal to 0. All the wave transmitted by the source will be delivered to the load. This is the case where which is your completely mismatched. That is all the wave got reflected back, no power is delivered to the load. Now I am going to discuss this important phenomena, which is very important with respect to your exam. That is what are the cases when complete mismatch or complete reflection will occur. That is whatever power we are going to transmit from the source to load, that is not delivered to the load, but instead it will be reflected back towards the source. That condition is known as completely mismatched or complete reflection. And complete reflection case, gamma must be equal to 1. That we will see here. There are 4 cases of complete mismatch on transmission line. Four cases of complete mismatch on transmission line. 4 cases of complete mismatch on transmission line. What are the cases that we will see? First we will consider case 1. Case 1. ZL is equal to JR0, ZL is equal to JR0, and for example your characteristic impedance ZL is equal to JR0 and your characteristic impedance Z0 is equal to R0. That means how the circuit will be looking like. So purely inductive load, JR0. In inductor, what you will write the impedance? J omega L. Instead of omega L, that omega L is the real parameter, I am denoting that here as R0. So when we will see JR0, that means the load nature is inductive. Here the load is purely inductive. So in that case, how to find your reflection coefficient? This is your source and this is your source impedance, and this is your characteristic impedance is R0, this is your J R0. So for that case, gamma is equal to magnitude of gamma, the formula you know, that is ZL minus Z0 divided by ZL plus Z0. This formula we already know. So magnitude. So J R0 minus of R0 divided by R0, sorry, JR0 plus R0 magnitude. So if you take the mod, so mod you can apply here. You have already studied A by B mod is equal to A mod by B magnitude, and A plus JB magnitude, A plus or minus JB magnitude is equal to A square plus B square root over. This we have studied from your complex number in mathematics. So I am going to apply this here. So minus R0 plus or minus JR0 plus JR0 is nothing but R0 square plus R0 square root over divided by, here also R0 square plus R0 square root over. So this is going to completely cancel out. That means what will be the value of gamma magnitude? So gamma magnitude is equal to 1. And what is this 1 indicates? That is completely mismatched. Completely mismatched means no power will be delivered to the load. All what will happen? Whatever power the source sending towards the load, it will be reflected back towards the source. 100% reflection. 100% reflection. No transmission at all. 100% reflection. If the load is terminated, the kind of load which is terminated is purely inductive. So for pure inductive, we will have complete mismatch. That is your case 1. Now we will see the case 2. We will consider a pure capacitive load. So complete mismatch on transmission line means the magnitude of gamma is 1. Gamma magnitude is equal to 1. Magnitude of gamma means your reflection coefficient value. Gamma magnitude is equal to 1. In all the cases, gamma magnitude is equal to 1. So then we have case 2. So there are 4 cases. I have already told you there are 4 cases where complete mismatch occur. The first case we have already discussed. That is if the load is the nature of the load with which your transmission line is terminated is purely inductive. In that case, no power will be delivered to the load. All the power will be reflected back. Then we will study about your case 2. Case 2 is nature of the load is purely capacitive. ZL is equal to minus of JR0. Why minus of JR0? In capacitive, how you write the reactance? Reactance is equal to X is equal to 1 by J omega C. So 1 by J means minus of J को अगर हम न्यूमरेटर में लेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? 1 by J means minus of J 1 by omega C. Here I am denoting that 1 by omega C as R0. So capacitive reactance, that means load nature is minus of JR0. So whenever we see the impedance is written as minus of J50, the moment you see minus J50, the how that must be, you must understand from the question that it is a capacitive load. If your load impedance is equal to plus J50, that means the moment you see plus J50, that means it is a purely inductive load. From the impedance you have to imagine the nature, you have to predict the nature of the load. That is plus J50 means inductive, minus J50 or minus J70 or minus J something, that is your capacitive load. So this is your capacitive load, that is pure capacitive. Pure capacitive load. Pure capacitive load. So ZL is equal to minus JR0. Then we have Z0 is equal to assume R0. Then how to calculate gamma? Similarly, gamma magnitude is equal to, we have ZL minus Z0 divided by ZL plus Z0 magnitude. So then again you need to put that value minus J0 in place of minus of J R0 in place of ZL, minus of R0 divided by minus of J R0 plus R0 magnitude, which is nothing but equal to 1. Just apply that formula, A mod by B mod, just separate, and magnitude, how to calculate A plus or minus JB magnitude is equal to A square plus B square root over. So numerator is equal to denominator, that will be cancelled out, and we will end up with what is the value of gamma magnitude, that is 1. So this is also a case of whenever you find gamma magnitude is equal to 1, that is the case of complete mismatch or 100% reflection, 0% transmission. Then the third case we will discuss about. The third case of complete mismatch. In your MCQ type question, they will ask the question like this: what will be the reflection power? What will the value of gamma magnitude or reflected power if your load impedance is if your transmission line is terminated with capacitive load or purely inductive load? Then what will the value of standing wave ratio? What is the value of gamma magnitude? These are the type of questions they will ask you. I will explain you in the upcoming class what is the how to calculate standing wave ratio and what do you mean by standing wave ratio. So the next will be case 3. Case 3 is your if ZL is equal to 0. ZL is equal to 0 means impedance 0 means what is the case when the impedance is equal to 0? Short circuit. This is the condition for short circuit. And Z0 is equal to R0. So how it will look like? This is your source, then we have load, then you have your transmission line, and your load is short circuit. This is your short circuit. So this is just a condition for short circuit. So in short circuit condition, what will be the value of load impedance? The load impedance value is 0. Then how to calculate gamma? So gamma magnitude is equal to ZL minus Z0 divided by ZL plus Z0 magnitude. Now we will put the value of ZL and Z0. So ZL value is equal to 0 minus Z0 divided by, again ZL is equal to 0 plus Z0 magnitude. So 0 minus Z0, 0 plus Z0 magnitude. So Z0, Z0 cancel out. Magnitude of gamma is equal to minus of 1. If you don't take this mod, what is the value of magnitude of gamma? Gamma magnitude is equal to minus of 1. So this minus of 1, gamma magnitude is equal to plus or minus 1. So gamma magnitude, if you take the mod, then the value is also equal to 1. But if you don't take the mod, it will be minus 1. And with, if I write this as minus 1 angle with 180 degree, that means reflection will be takes place, but what is the relation between the reflection wave and transmission wave? It will be 180 degree phase shifted. It will be 180 degree phase shifted. So for example, your balanced modulator, you use in AM modulator. In that case, you need a 180 degree phase shift. So in transmission line, if the load is short circuited, you will get the 180 degree phase shift of your wave. 180 degree phase shift means, suppose this is your wave. So 180 degree phase shift means this. So this is your incident wave, this is your incident wave, this is your reflected wave. 100% reflection will take place, but you can see here 180 degree phase shift will also take place. 180 degree phase shift will also take place. When this is 0 degree angle, here we will have 180 degree angle. So this is the nature of wave, 180 degree phase shift. So when transmission line is short circuited at load end, 180 degree phase shift of reflection of 100% reflection will occur, but the nature of the reflection wave is 180 degree phase shifted, that is inverted. inverted to your source signal. So this is the condition for your complete mismatch. This is nature of the load is when short circuit. So three cases we have already discussed. When the nature is purely inductive, then also complete reflection will take place. When the nature is purely capacitive, then also your complete reflection takes place. When the nature is load of the load impedance is terminated with short circuit, then also we will have complete reflection. The next case we will discuss, that is your case 4. That is your case 4. When ZL is equal to infinite. The moment ZL is equal to infinite means open circuit. We will see that is known as your open circuit. That is the condition for open circuit. And Z0 is equal to R0. Then what will be the value of gamma magnitude? So gamma magnitude is equal to ZL minus Z0 divided by ZL plus Z0. Now we will put the value of infinity minus R0 divided by infinity plus R0. Infinity means a very large value. So whatever may be added, that becomes infinity. So infinity by infinity, that will give you also gamma magnitude is equal to 1. So this is the case where also gamma we found the magnitude of gamma is 1. That is your condition for complete mismatch. That is 100% reflection and no transmission. So these are the 4 cases. Only when 100% reflection will take place of your incident power. So whatever power delivered by your source, that will not reach to your load. Instead, it will be reflected back towards your source. So these 4 conditions we should remember, and you should imagine whenever a question comes, we can directly found that this is the case for complete reflection and the magnitude of gamma must be equal to 1. So next we will see about voltage standing wave ratio or VSWR. Next important parameter we will see about voltage standing wave ratio, voltage standing wave ratio, or we can denote it with VSWR. So what is the meaning of standing wave? From the name itself we can imagine that wave is not propagated, instead it is standstill. It is not propagating, it is standstill. So how to find this standing wave? Suppose, so voltage standing wave ratio, suppose you have your so this is your transmission line and this is your load ZL and this is your characteristic impedance. Standing wave will form only when ZL not equal to Z0. When ZL is equal to Z0, so for ZL equal to Z0, the condition is no standing wave will form. No standing wave. When ZL is not equal to Z0, in that case standing wave will form. That is ZL not equal to Z0, in that case only standing wave will form. So that is when impedance mismatch occur, then only what will happen? When impedance mismatch occur, this is your incident wave and then some of the wave will be reflected back. Some of the wave will be reflected back. So what will happen? Now, this incident wave and reflected wave will travel in the incident wave travel, suppose for example in z direction, reflected wave will be traveling in the minus z direction, then but in the same path, opposite direction will follow but in the same path, then what will happen? Interference will occur. And for that interference, we know the interference means addition or subtraction of signal, addition or subtraction of signal. When both are addition, when will addition will take place? When both the signals are in the same phase. For example, here we can see, suppose this is your incident wave and this is your reflected wave, then what will happen? For this case addition will occur, and for this case you can imagine here, for this case, for this time instant, subtraction will occur. That means when addition will occur due to interference, V maximum, that is voltage maximum, will occur. When subtraction will occur, then V minimum will occur. And the standing wave ratio is nothing but that ratio between V max to V minimum. Standing wave ratio is nothing but ratio between V max to V minimum. So first you need to remember, standing wave is not, first standing wave means wave is here not propagating, it is only oscillating, it is only oscillating about its mean position. Because of this interference, what type of wave will be formed? This type of wave will be formed. So this is your standing wave. Your wave is not propagating, it is oscillating, it is oscillating, and because of due to that oscillation, this is your V maximum will form and this is your V minimum will form. So maximum, when maximum will be formed? When the incident wave and reflected wave are in the same phase and constructive interference will taking place. Constructive interference means when both the waves are added up. That in that case V maximum will occur in standing wave. When both the incident wave and reflected wave are in the opposite phase, then complete subtraction will take place. That is, for example, plus 5 added with minus 5, obviously we will get 0, and that 0 will be the 0 is the minimum case here, 0 is the minimum case. So that is denoted as V minimum. So that occurs when destructive interference will take place. So interference is of two types, constructive and destructive. Constructive interference will take place when incident and reflected wave are in the same phase. Destructive interference will take place when incident and reflected wave are in the opposite phase. So we can understand from here when it will add up and when it will be subtracted. So suppose here this is amplitude 5, this is also amplitude 5. In this case, from here to here, the wave will be added up, 5 plus 5 10, and from here suppose this is minus 5, and from this instant to this instant, minus 5 added with plus 5 will end up with 0. So that will be denoted by V minimum. So standing wave ratio means here the wave is oscillating, it is not propagating. And second thing, when standing wave will form only when ZL not equal to Z0. So what it will measure? It will measure the degree of mismatch. So now we will write the definition of standing wave ratio. It measures the degree of mismatch, degree of mismatch. So it measures the degree of mismatch, that is when, and it here the wave are not propagating, here the waves form due to interference between incident and reflected wave, interference between incident and reflected wave, which will form which will form standing waves. Standing wave means wave is not propagating, instead it is oscillation about its mean position. It is oscillating only. Here the particle is not propagating. Propagating means it is not traveling. It is oscillating at its mean position. So wave which will form, here the waves form due to interference between incident and reflected wave, which will form standing waves. Standing waves. So what is the formula for standing wave? Standing wave or VSWR, because this is known as your voltage standing wave ratio. We can write here current standing wave ratio ISWR or VSWR. So VSWR is nothing but V max by V minimum, that is the ratio of amplitude of maximum voltage to amplitude of minimum voltage. So VSWR is mathematically how to find V max by V minimum, which is nothing but 1 plus gamma magnitude by 1 minus gamma magnitude. So this formula you need to remember, which is very important with respect to your numerical. And so VSWR is nothing but amplitude of V max to V minimum. In case of reflection coefficient, that is the amplitude of reflected by incident. Here amplitude of V max, maximum voltage will form only when constructive interference will take place. I have already explained that. Minimum voltage form only when the destructive interference will take place. So V max by V minimum, which is nothing but 1 plus gamma magnitude by 1 minus gamma magnitude. So this is your voltage standing wave ratio. So in the next class we will solve few problems on your transmission line, and I will start the next chapter, which is your antenna. So thank you.